If you're following That First Heard, you might know Amber Heard's got a friend, Eve Barlow, who's been defending her on Twitter for a very long time. Eve got kicked out of the courtroom in Virginia, and she cannot stop tweeting ever since that. I thought when the case calmed down, she would calm down. She'd stop fighting with Johnny fans, calling them out, things like that, but she can't. And just recently, she made her worst tweet I've seen ever. So this person, Cyan, actually retweets it out with a quote and says, "That's awful. Don't condone that at all. But to your latter point, neither has she." So let's see what Eve says this time. "Whatever I post attracts thousands of comments calling me ugly, misgendering me, accusing me of profiteering, lying, and gold digging, telling me I deserve to be beaten and or R-worded, wishing death upon me, my family and friends. Depp has never once told his fans to stop being abusive." So to that, Cyan said, well, neither has Amber. But they shouldn't anyway. They can't control their fans. Hey, I'm here in Japan, you're out there, wherever you are, and Johnny Depp is completely unrelated and uninvolved in anything we say in his defense because he's a public figure. And by the way, this is from June 11th, 2022. I'm not sure what the misgendering part's about. I thought Eve was just a woman. I have no idea, honestly. Gold digging? Okay, well, I think that's connected to using this case for getting money, which she does have on Twitter, a little icon there where you could donate. So obviously, she's using the case and her friendship with Amber for something. Now, I gotta say, I've read her Instagram. I've read not thousands, of course not, but hundreds, and I haven't seen anything that bad. I saw a few names here and there, but not like she's describing here, especially not the worst of it. Getting called ugly? Well, I'm sure it's happened to a lot of us, even if we're not. Kinda normal. Let's see what's being said. West Coast Mesh Fighter says, "If anyone is doing this, don't. It's disgusting behavior, but she keeps saying this. Where are the mess screenshots and why hasn't she reported them? If this is really happening, AH's PR team needs to be on it. What is AH paying for?" Good point. So, like Amber, Eve doesn't like to post out the evidence. Now, I'm sure if you go through the thousands of comments she's got, you find a couple of comments like that, but it's probably like, I don't know, a handful out of 1,000. And it's not something that Eve would get because she's Eve. It's something you'd get if you get like 8,000 comments in a single post like she has in the past. I've got hundreds of thousands of comments in this channel. Once in a while, you see a real crazy, crazy comment about you personally. It doesn't mean it's because you're Eve, connected to Amber, reporting on the case, or anything like that. A lot of times, it's just by sheer probability you'll get a comment like that. But she's got to play the victim like Amber and make it like it's happening to her, and specifically her. And Denise says pretty much what I just said now. "I've read hundreds of comments on her posts after they are shared by others. That's not what I've seen. They are private messages, question mark, because she won't let anyone comment on her posts. Fake victimhood, bless her heart." Exactly. I read hundreds also. Maybe I saw 2 or 3 that were, S word here, F word here, stuff like that. Really no big deal though. And I'm going to guess Denise and I didn't read the same ones, so that gives our sample size a little bit more of a spread, actually. Vic says, "Don't think she ever got thousands of comments on her Instagram either," which she definitely did. I can confirm, I made a video about it. She got 8,000 on a single post, which is probably 9 or 10,000 by now. So, yeah, Vic, we're on the same side with Johnny, but you're wrong on that. And Nala says, "This woman is obsessed and trapped in her hate. Johnny is going on with his life, concentrating on his work, music, creativity, people he loves, and doesn't give an shit on social media because that's not the real life. He just wants to heal and let everything about AH behind him." And that's very true. Johnny posts like once every 3 weeks, usually his guitar, some tie dye t shirt, or whatever it is. He doesn't get involved in nitpicking and name calling and saying, "Why does everybody hate me?" And Johnny gets a lot of bad comments from Amber's side and from the media side and journalists and things like that. So he's got a lot to complain about, and he doesn't. And the next person says, Eve has said terrible things about Johnny. Amber stands a abusive things. Well, that's a typo, but whatever. How about what Kathy Griffin said about Johnny? Good point. Has Amber told her fans not to call names, etc.? Eve was called names prior because of her comments. Yes, another really good point. What about the terrible things Eve said about Johnny that were proven in a real court to be fake, false, and only allegations? And when I say real court, I mean with a jury and a judge who's fair, not a judge who plays Monopoly with Amber and her lawyers all night long. You know who I'm talking about. And the next one here, by accident, cut off the name, apologies, says, I doubt real Depp fans will say shit like this. The fact that Eve can't even be honest that she got kicked out of court by lying about a witness and live tweeting is problematic. Everyone needs to stop giving Eve or Dauber or Heard attention. They will only weaponize it. Well, the point there is probably real Depp fans wouldn't do that. I mean, Amber's fans could have gone on Eve's Instagram and said that crazy shit and just made an account that said justice for Johnny or something. So, if we're talking about real Johnny fans and how many of them actually did this, we're talking about a teeny tiny number, about the size of Rottenborn's. The next comment says, why she's acting like the victim. Oh, yes, she's friends with Amber. Looks like she wants to be sued for defamation. Yeah, acting like the victim. Eve is a compulsive liar. She continues to assume trolls are only Depp fans when she has many people who find her repugnant. Just ask Palestinians, non-Zionist Jews, DV survivors, women, and men in general. You name it, they hate her. Anyone could be trolling her, which is another good point. She's got a lot of people who do seriously disagree with her, and they're out there voicing their opinion against her because she's strong with what she says about the political stuff. And somebody clipped this out on the part where she says that she was accused of profiteering and gold digging. And then what we need to show next, directly after that, which I have before, is the little money symbol right up there to donate to her Twitter account, which now has 58,000 followers. When I last looked, it had 57,000 followers. So it's going up a couple of hundred a day. That's pretty good growth for someone who just tweets out like a paragraph at a time. So, are we accusing her of gold digging and profiteering, or is that what's actually happening here? What she's doing is using Amber's name, and Johnny's, by the way, for, I have to agree, probably profiteering and gold digging. You let me know what you think down below. I gotta apologize to you guys. Sometimes looking at pictures like this and reading this stuff makes people nauseous, but there's no like nausea warning that's like nice and pretty I could find, like the parental warning or something like that. If I find it, I guess I'll put it up there. I hope you understand. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. Let's do a shout out. Why not? Shout out to Osaka Chandal supporting here. Thank you very much. It's actually Osaka Chan. And to Kim Orr, so I see her all the time. Thank you, Kim. And if you don't subscribe here, and you've thought about it and you still don't, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. Make a new video, something like that. Rant done for now. See you next time.